Hey everyone, welcome back to my workbench. Yeah, wearing the informal white t-shirt tonight. You can tell the stuff is all unscripted. So I'm creating a supercut of all of the Gamecom modification videos. It's getting encoded on my other computer right there. But it takes a while because it's MP4 video, and even with a 16-core machine, it still takes a while. Go figure. Anyway, it's still fast in real time, but it still takes time to encode. So, today, where we last left off, we were going to look at the USB connections. So, what I'm going to do, wow, I went to college too. So, whatever. What we are going to do is tack on some wires. What do we got here? What do we have here? Let's get some squawkety. Okay. So let's need to figure out what's what on here. This is all to get to the this is too close. Okay. So you can see what I'm working on more here. Tilt that up. Some erectile dysfunction here. Okay, good enough. Alright, so red. That's all black. So black. Why's it got to be black? Oh. I don't remember buying this pencil. It's a zebra and everything. It's a good pencil. I have no paper. Oh, here's my paper. Oh, math. Okay. So black is on the bottom. Let's go white. So we've got 4 pins. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll start one on the bottom. White. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Pin 3 there. This is going to be green as the other data line, which is going to be on pin 2. Yeah. That is your green. And then finally, confirm our red is on the topmost pin. Indeed it is. Alright. So, since this is going to be way too big, it actually is the feed from here back over to the car. This guy here actually is there. So we need to actually get from here to here. And my wires aren't quite long enough. Should I just do IDC or just strip back some cable? I'm talking to myself a lot tonight. This is going to be really weird in the longer video edit because I think I'm going to be too lazy to actually go through and fix all that. Warning you now, you're going to see a bunch of welcome to my workbenches all in one video. I don't know how long videos will perform. I've never done long ones. Oh, no, I did one once. It actually performed pretty well. I think the algorithm actually kind of favors longer form video. Though it's a pain. I don't like editing at all, as you can tell the videos I make. That was loud, sorry. I do not like going through all the work because this is I like doing the actual hardware, not worrying about editing videos. None of this stuff is monetized, so I don't care. If you want to support this channel, go out and buy a good meal somewhere. Support a local business. I don't know. I just do this for fun. I do sell controllers, but oh boy, that business is dried up. Oh boy. I don't know what's going on there. It has been ages since I've gotten an order, which is kind of funny because I do have the parts for 2 of them like on hand. It's like, alright, whatever. Whatever, people. I just like having the opportunity to work on some fun stuff. If you call this fun. I know at least I get a couple regular viewers on these crazy videos. And then I get the occasional straggler. Green. It's not easy being green. Kermit the Frog here. So I think Kermit the Frog is just like Jim Henson's voice. It's not even that different. There was a very creative man who died too early. Frank Oz is still around though. Miss Piggy. And Yoda. Which is always funny because if you listen to Yoda or Miss Piggy, it's actually kind of similar voice because it's both voiced and acted, puppeteered by Frank Oz himself. He was also the Blues Brothers movie. He was the guy at the window giving Jake back his stuff. Very talented guy, though. Watched the Muppets a lot when I was a kid. Wait. The Muppet Show. That was a good show. Showing my age. I can't believe I'm getting my 20th wedding anniversary this year. It's only 4 months away. So, good times. More than once, I don't get it, is people ask me, how do you keep a marriage going? And it's like, I never really thought about it. It just is. So I never really, I mean, I know early on, that's about the only time we really had any kind of real fights, and that was always over money. But since I chose a career path which is relatively well paying, it hasn't really been that much of a point of contention in the house. Yeah, I think the key is this is your Uncle Dave's marriage advice. Always talk to your prospective partner, mate, whatever, about the big things. And what are the big things? Religion, kids, and general, like, belief structures. Like, what do you... I mean, religion's a big thing. You don't want a huge mismatch between your religions. I mean, if you're like different sects of Christianity or whatever you believe in, it's not too bad. But if you have like a fundamentalist Christian and an atheist, it's just not going to work out. It's just the gulf is too wide, and you'll never almost never bridge that gulf. And then, how many kids do you want? Do you even want to be married? Some people don't even like the concept of marriage. So make sure you're both on board for all that, regardless of gender, orientation. I'm a Gen X guy. I don't care. It's like, as long as you're not hurting anyone, I don't give a crap. In case you're wondering where this country is going to be going in the next 20 years, people who think just like me, taking over. Sorry, it's not going to be millennials. It's not going to be Generation Z. It's going to be Gen X. Because even though we're not the biggest generation, we have the money. And we grew up in a unique time when we have to see the transition from analog digital free, internet free world. Actually, digital stuff was already around when I was a kid. We went from a world where we really weren't connected and really not very connected in a real-time sense, and then everything was still done on paper, and a lot of it's still done on paper, but everything gets digitized eventually. But we grew up in a time where when I was a kid, there were still rotary phones in my parents' house. So I've gone from rotary phones to, I don't know, I got some sort of Samsung, it's like A52 or something. It's in the middle of the road Samsung phone. I've never owned an iPhone, but I've had a smartphone, an Android-based phone for quite some time. So I've gone from rotary phones to, my first computer was 8-bit, running at 3.87 megahertz, to my main computer back there is a Ryzen 7 1700 with 16 logical cores and 32 gigs of RAM. I don't even know how much RAM I have on my computer. I'm a Linux guy, so I don't really know. It doesn't really matter all that much how much RAM you have. As long as you have like more than 4, you'll be fine. 4 gigabytes of RAM. It's like first computer I had 64 kilobytes of RAM. So a whole generation got to grow up and experience all those transitions. Yeah, I have a record player, but I've had MP3 players, I've had MP3 players, and of course smartphones that took over all that. I had Palm Pilots, and I had computers from 8086s. We had an 8086, a 186, which is with Tandy, 286, 386, a couple of 486s, original Pentiums, AMD K2s, Athlons, Athlon 64s, and now the Zen architecture. But as a generation, I'm sure I'm not the only one that has seen all of this transition. My first home video game console was the Atari VCS, or 2600, whatever you want to call it, which is the cartridges are what, 2 kilobytes, 2,000 bytes, to stuff that doesn't even fit on the Blu-ray anymore. So I think it gives Generation X kind of a unique perspective that people in my generation have that a lot of younger people and even older people. See, the older people are kind of I think, get a little stuck in their ways. I've always kept up with technology. I'm an engineer. I have to keep up with technology. It's just like part of my job, my life. I can't like avoid the advances. And look at me. I'm working on a Raspberry Pi 3 embedded into a Tiger Gamecom, all running, and I mean it's HDMI communications, all that fun stuff. So again, this is like a couple thousand times faster than my first computer. It's probably faster than every computer I had up until probably 2002, 2003, yeah, somewhere around there. Okay, so that's that. So that gets that. So then I'm not worried about. So this is up, down, right, left. Oh, good, they labeled it. So let's take a look at the back here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So I'll go down the row here. I'm wondering. Okay, so the outer one is. I'll show you the outer one. So, that's talking to the air here. This outer row here. My thumb's right along. Those are all actually connected to the ground plane. It's just, this is, there it is. That's a good shot of it. You can see the ground plane there. So how it works when you press the button is each of these lines are held high, or they have a pull-up internal here. This is the embedded circuit here, and there's a pull-up that pulls that line high. So when you press a button or move a joystick a direction, it pulls that line low. That gets encoded into a USB signal, and that gets sent out to whatever's reading it. My problem. The problem is, well, twofold. One, I know you can't solder on these things at all, so I have to. This is the original Gamecom boards. The problem is they're made so badly. If you try to reheat these, they just melt right off the board. So you have to go through and hand splice into here, and then the other problem I'm going to have is I'm not going to have the height I want in here, because this will have a little plastic guy here. Oh, I got to cut that down too. Thanks for reminding me. So this plastic guy here, now this is going to sit here. I think it goes in this way. Kind of like that. This is going to sit in here just like that, and then this is going to sit on top of it. Well, it's not sitting on top of it yet. This is going to sit on top of it, so I really don't have the room, even with that chopped down. I'm just not going to have the room for the wires coming out of here. So what I'm going to do is probably desolder. How many do I need to desolder? The USB I'll probably be okay on. Or will I? Or will I? This is folded up like this. Oh, no, that's not going to fit either. Shucks. So what I'm going to have to do is, it's probably going to be easiest just to desolder. To do desolder a bit here, I'm going to have to desolder this connector to the USB, and then I'm going to desolder the directional controls here, and then I need to desolder 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 keys, 1 through, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they're L1, L2, L2, oh, there is a start select. There's a select. Oh, duh. Of course there's a select. So I'll connect like the start, the select, just for my own sanity, is I'll actually use the on-off button as the start select. I'll do the menu as select, and I'll reuse the sound and pause for left and right trigger. So I only need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need to desolder 8. So I'll do K1 through 4, L1 and L2. Sorry, L1 and R1, and then start and select. I'll pop off of there, and then I'll just I'm not going to do any more tonight. I'll pop off the, what's my brain not thinking here? This needs to come off, this needs to come off, those need to come off. Oh, I'll have to extend out all these wires, and I'll put IDC wire cables on here. I only need 5 coming off of here because it's just the 4 directions in the ground. It's very similar. There's a pull down. You can see there's actually a common. Oh, these are all. I'll use the pointy thing. See how there's one that runs here to here to here and over to here? That is your common line. So I just need to trace back on. This is how this is oriented. This is oriented like so. So this is upside down. Yeah, so you got up, down, left, right. And that comes out to these wires here. I'll figure out which ones are which. Now let's extend out those 5 wires. And then similarly, wherever that board ran off to. Oh, my desk is a mess right now. Oh my god, I'm going to have to clean this up for the next video. Ah, it's right in front of me. And similarly, you can see there is a, this here is a common line. Comes in. Let's see, where's this one coming in? What the heck, guys? Oh, there it is. Common, 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 common runs up there. Back over here somewhere. How did they wire this one up? Oh, that is the common. So you see the common comes up here, and that just feeds this one's common. And the rest all feed off another common. So there's actually 2 commons here. That's fine. Yeah, I'll figure it out. Alright. Well, like I said, I'll be uploading the compilation video. And when it's all done, I'll also attach this video to that compilation, so it'll be even longer. Next video, I'll be desoldering this and soldering wires onto this. But for tonight, I think that's good. Thanks for watching.